see no OGs.
Your bitches abroad wouldn't last a second in yard. It's that new Philly, no disrespect to the guards. I dug the graves, now I'm about to finish them all because it's all about the Benjis, no feelings involved. You know, South Philly to Logan, boy, they know my slogan. Dump the whole stick on them niggas and reload it. Far as Uptown go, they should've told them. Them dudes is alright, but my shit is just more potent. The sun wrote it, directed it, the main star, the big bro. Kick you out, cut your game all game. No bully, same block, got it locked, I ain't shit changed. What you thought of Keith Smith? I made your fingers put one through your brain. I give it to you for free, you know your role, better stay in your lane. Philly, feel me, pop tops plus Willies for my squad. No disrespect to the gods. The flame on Santos, burn this bitch to the ground. Mike Vicks in my pits for them birds right now. I tell you like this, bro, I'm probably smooth as it gets. Give you the clip, have my bitch scoop me up in the whip. Yo, this the home of Sam Christian. Keep a blacksmithing. This little nigga strapped and trust me, they all with it. Voice of the youth, where LGP quiet. I hope Cheltenham and Broad is where I die at. Doing it proper, keep it cool like vodka. Y'all gon' make me play meek and pull up with the chopper. And it's just me and Hennessy Cab. I spent 11 22s to leave a mumble rapper dead. Understand you ain't gon' show me a gram. And I don't like how he drawing. Better get your man. Tell Jazz, let it blast. Baby, I'm about to spaz. It's that new Philly. No disrespect to the past. Come on. New bully, same block, got it locked. I ain't shit changed. What you thought of Keith Smith? I made your fingers put one through your brain. I give it to you for free. You know your role, better stay in your lane. Philly, feel me, pop tops plus Willies for my squad. No disrespect to the gods, the gods, the gods.
Oh man, Southern 215. We back. Philly on everything. Home of the spitters. They know where to find us. Y'all fly like us. Gang.
You say that you love me, but you show me otherwise. Acting no different, you treating me just like these other guys. When I first met you, you used to give me them butterflies. Now when I see you and look, you give me all types of vibes. Damn, you done killed the vibe. You thought when you left that I was gonna die, I told you I will survive. You thought when you left I'm supposed to sit down, I told you I will still rise. You threw me down, I'm holding the crown.
What's good, y'all? We are back at the Social Music Movement Podcast, sponsored by the City of Dreams, powered by Glockaware Radio. You already know we bring it home. Toucan, what's good with you back there? We got some very legendary special guests in the building today. You know what I mean? So you know Big Sis had to pop up. Yeah, so and for me, it's an honor. It's a legacy. I ain't gonna say my age, but you know, I was a little girl out there in the streets when, you know, JBM used to feed me, used to take care of me, used to have me on 17th and J bagging up after school, you know what I mean? Take my little 130 packs, get my fried chicken wings, some French fries real quick. But this legacy is real. You know what I mean? And you know, Instagram fake, you know what I mean? Some filter. This is what really changed Philadelphia. It changed our history. It changed our history. You know what I mean? So his book that we'll get into, him and Beanie Siegel Publishing, that we're also, of course, I've been tasked with and have the honor to republish and other book series and everything that we're doing with Christopher Lassiter and this brother Yusuf. You know, he's been a plug for me. You know, as soon as he came straight, hey, that's my guy right there. But so we are going to get into all those things, but we have so much going on today. And what I love is just all the various variety. Different people from different walks of life are sitting in this room today. You come sit over here if you like. Come on. You come sit right on over here. That's Cuddy. You Cuddy TV.
Come on, man. We here, Jersey.
Yeah, I mean Jersey. Shout out up top, Newark, where I'm originally from. Jersey. I mean, came here when I was a little girl. Rep Philly. Just a lot of static. Toucan. President CEO of Christian Fellowship Outreach Association. Also director of ministries for City of Dreams Coalition, and also my vice chair of City of Dreams Coalition. You know what I mean? So yes. So he's here, doing the great work. And you know what? When he came over with City of Dreams, and we're gonna go into a little bit everybody, a little bit at a time. But when I was honored to be introduced to him, right? I didn't know how powerful and how much leadership he's been putting in these communities for over 20 years, running the AAU leagues, basketball camps, free youth camps, free. And he does it at the monumental time when us as single mothers and parents and caregivers need it the most, when the school districts and charter schools stop for a second and then the camp start. You know what I mean? A lot of us parents be scrambling trying to find somewhere to go. You understand me? So, and then he does it again. I mean, best believe Layla will be there Monday morning, 9 o'clock sharp. Yes. So we will be giving out. So if everybody's on live that's waiting, that had more than a few requests. I told you had to do it by the rules. Team on the team or not. Love y'all, but no faves, no picks. So would you like to talk about it real quick? I know you're leading. And we got a whole lot to discuss with this man real quick. Oh, you here? Okay. Never mind. We're going to get into that. So, so when the rest starts talking, I better see fingers start typing. So, but the rules are, go ahead, City of Dreams. Of course, I'll be paying for it. I'll be paying for it, children's slots. Now, the rules are, I will pay up to 2 kids per family. If you got 8 kids, you got to pay for another 6, boo. I'm sorry. I'm trying to spread it. So as many parents and caregivers can get as much it can be beneficial to other people as well. So the rules are only 2 kids per family. If you know somebody on the block, help them kids get about that house during the daytime. I don't care who it is. Let's get some of these kids these resources. Yeah, so we will get back to that. Then we also got Cuddy in the building.
Come on, man. Jersey's here.
Okay, tell me what it is. What's going on with you?
So, look, Glockware is home for me. Philly is home for me. I'm happy to be able to sit here and hear y'all's story. I feel like I'm a part of the new Philly. Actually, shout out to the son of the 215. I came up.
But I'm the mother. He's the son. He's also my co-chair.
Oh, really?
Co-chair. Wow. He's actually my co-chair. The day that I surprised him, let him be the co-host, the day I opened up, because me and Beanie Siegel actually wrote the Social Music Movement podcast.
Really?
Yes, that's how all this. We get into that later. But
because you the blood. Okay, when I can listen,
I'm just the resource.
So I came back from California, in about October, and a couple of situations happened. The Met Philly.
Yeah.
And that thing was lit. I'm talking about they had vendors in there, fashion show, music. They got celebrities. They got the independent artists. Like a perfect blend. So the City of Dreams, man. Y'all changing the city for real.
Yes, for sure. Definitely breaking down some barriers. The crab in the barrels. Y'all can stay over there. We starting a whole new era over here, boo. So yes.
Many ways.
Yes, it is. And also, we have, I'm sorry, please introduce.
C. Ron, what's up, baby?
My name is C. Roon. I'm kind of out of Philly, I'm from the suburbs, to be very honest, but I spent a lot of time in Philadelphia.
As long as you put that work in.
I really try to. I just started, publicly putting myself out there, in September, doing as many shows as I can, trying to meet as many people as I can, plus to be in any room I can be in.
Yep.
I just met this man very recently, but
yes.
I feel very blessed, so I appreciate y'all having me. Very excited, very blessed.
Definitely pay attention to that energy around you. Networking is key, but pay attention to that energy around you, boo. And then we got the Miss Great Kara, boo.
Come on, talk to him.
Come on, Kara.
Well, hello, everyone. It's been a while.
Yes.
So I originally was co-owners of Rough Nation Records with Chris Schwartz. Then I met this lovely woman, and she has been nothing less than amazing. She's taught me so much. She's been my mentor. I go to her for everything and anything. Like, I really, really look up to her. So I've been with City of Dreams.
Go ahead.
Oh. I've been with City of Dreams,
No, you good. You good. My phone was frozen,
Yeah,
boo.
three or so years now. Because I did,
More
I
than
did.
that, 4.
Yeah.
4 or
yeah,
5
'cause I had a
now.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a
Yup,
minute.
Yup. So, but I'm back.
Yep. Yes.
Full
yes.
force.
Yes. Yes. And by the
Happy
way,
to have you here. For
by the
real.
way, I'll be cracking up. Because she's like, you know this person, you know this rapper, you know, like, what are you talking about? But it's like she has an ear for it. This is South Philly. She's original South Philly Italian. Philly.
Actually, West Philly.
Well, West Philly original.
Overbrook.
But Overbrook. But still, she's South Philly though. Whole attitude South Philly Italian. Don't take no shit.
Philly in the house though. That's it.
On board. But that's my girl. That's my girl right there. But that's why we're making a team.
That's my sis.
But that's why today is so important. And the legacy of everything that we're doing, and this is why we're doing what we're doing out here because of all the chaos, the mayhem that has been in the streets for 30, 40 years, tearing our streets down. And look at us now. Where are we at now? Look at us.
We on top for real.
Every time I see a young black man, I just look at him like, and I really look like, damn, how much longer he got? Do you understand me? Because of the waves, the trends, so many different variables that have destroyed the black and brown communities.
Right.
I'm gonna say it again. Because of all the different variables, so many that have destroyed complete genocide to our own people in the black and brown communities.
If it's not the family, it's the food. If it's not the food, it's the music. If it's
the way
if it ain't all of that, it's no resources.
The lack of employment, lack of resources. Just so many. It's a system designed. The justice system is designed to keep you in, not teach you how to get up out of it. It's just so many different variables. So to have Yusuf and working beside him, actually, I'm following his lead. You know what I mean? He gotta let me know what's good. Cause look, it's not my forte, but that's what we need our men back in these streets to come home, do what they're supposed to do. Give us the leadership that we needed before. There's not no real men out there in the streets, really knocking these niggas in the head. Like, yo, what are you doing? You just shot a mother. You just shot a grandmother. You shot a 2-year-old child. You know what I mean? And they get mad at me when I say somebody need to off them. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. We need to clean up our streets. We need to stop being scared of all these little kids out here. But we need our men and our soldiers, like Mr. Yusuf Cobb. Welcome home.
Thank you. I mean, it's a system that was put in place. You can see it, like, they taking the men, separating and dividing the family structure. You know what I mean? So you see men in prison and a lot of our young brothers and sisters out there, they don't have that guidance, that fatherhood, that brotherhood, big brotherhood. You understand what I'm saying? To direct them in the right manner. You know what I'm saying? So this is what the prison industrial complex is about. It's dividing us and taking us, out of our communities. You may think that it's fighting crime and so forth and so on, but it's something.
It's way deeper
it's a
than
hidden
that.
hand. You just,
it's way deeper than that.
When you really understand, the overall scheme of things is a real deep situation, and it's going to take a lot to really, solve this problem. Yep. And I'm here. I was once out there. Didn't have no sense of direction. Young, you know what I mean, playing with them guns, doing the things that a lot of our young brothers are doing now. But I'm here. I'm a father. I'm a big brother. I want to, bring that dynamic back in place. That's something that we're missing. That's something that you just don't see it, and you don't understand it. And for that to be in place where you don't have that communication with the older brothers and the younger brothers, older sisters, younger sisters, they completely destroyed our community. And it's by design, I'm telling you.
It is. It's been by design, even back in 1803 when and this is all these different memos are real. That actually went, at that time the presidents. I remember at 1803 across the United States there was a memo that went out from the president's desk. For as many white people KKK to take up into law enforcement. At that time, become sheriffs at that time, and that's how it started. If you actually really want to look at your history, and even now, it's still the same thing. Still the same thing. In the early 1900s, another letter was sent out for everybody, all the KKKs, especially when it's like really big and rocking. Like half of Pennsylvania is KKK. you understand me? So it's like they're in their prisons where they're guarding us out there in the counties. You think this is just
up in the
coincidence? All up in the mountains.
It's designed. You know what I'm saying? When they see you, well, they put those prisons. They up in those mountains. They in those rural neighborhoods. And what they do is you don't understand when they come and they take you from your community. They supplying jobs to those poor rural neighborhoods. You know what I mean? And they become your overseers. It's like slavery all over again.
No, it's not all over again. It never stopped.
It
never stopped. People get mad at me.
Yep.
People get mad at me. But it's still just the same as we're out there selling drugs, doing this, doing that. We live in our mama's basement or a room somewhere, sleeping on somebody's couch. But you on the corner of a block wearing somebody from somebody else's culture $1,000 pair of shoes, but you don't own nothing. And the stores and the clothing lines in your own community within your own people you don't spend money with, and you wonder why. And it's only our race. Everybody else sticks together. It's only our race that we tear each other apart.
If you ever read that book, Worse Than Slavery, you'll see like when the slaves after the Civil War and they so-called freed the slaves, they put laws in place called chicken laws, pig laws. Those laws are the modern day crack laws. You know what I mean? You get, if you poor, you're going to steal a pig to eat. You're going to steal a chicken to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what they did, when those so-called free slaves stole a chicken, they enhanced them. They gave them 10 years, and these are misdemeanors. You know what I mean? But if it was a slave, you got 10 years for stealing a chicken. You understand? Then they sent you to these.
Because you're still their property. You're still a piece of their property. You understand me? There's still and people just don't get it. That's why when guys be always talking about, like it's a badge of honor. Oh yeah, I was up here. Yeah. The fuck? You know how stupid you sound? Yeah. You done gave your whole family is wiped the hell out. Your whole family's wiped the hell out. All your youngins, your 12-year-old daughter out there fucking. Your son out in JJC already. But you want to be on the corner, keep talking like you did something. You ain't do nothing.
Yeah.
That is one of my big. I got a lot. Everybody knows that. But that's one of my biggest pet peeves. And also, just like cross street and any other liquor store, when I wake up in the morning and see a whole bunch of black men on the front of a fucking liquor store, beer store, I don't care what you do it right. But it's like y'all just sitting out there waiting to get picked off in front of the corner stores, just waiting to get picked off. Like there are a lot of different resources. There are a lot of second chance, but you have to apply yourself. And it's like you just keep setting yourself up for failure.
I think it's because they design our neighborhoods where we don't see them resources. They design the neighborhoods where you walk out, it's a liquor store. Your friend from around the corner is outside waiting for you.
Because we allow them to come in our neighborhoods. You don't see it out in their neighborhoods.
Yeah.
But again, we are the only race. We do not stick together. I don't care how many people gonna get mad at me about that. Oh well. Get on the list. But we don't. We are our own demise. Our grandmoms don't know nothing. They out there twerking. The moms don't know nothing because they out there fucking and twerking. The grandkids don't know nothing because they doing everything.
Because they watching the
exactly. And the cycle just keeps going on. Worse and worse. And it's like the amount of kids that are getting molested and getting raped. There's kids out even on Woodland Avenue. We've been there twice to break up the block right off on the corner behind the rec center. So around 64th and Woodland off Regent. Right there where the girls, they're 14, 15, 16 out there tricking. Wow. You see not a whole bunch of Africans, a whole bunch of people are grown men going up there to go get them little girls. But what choice they got? They hungry. Mm-hmm. They hungry. I'm cut from a different cloth. When I was out there as a little girl, I was doing 130 packs with them. You know what I mean?
Oh, man, let me get that. Oh, what's up?
I'm cut from a different cloth.
Yeah.
See, if I may interject for a second.
Yeah, for sure.
I was just listening to the brother talking about how, a lot of this stuff has been designed for us to really fall into a trap.
Exactly.
Yes.
And the one problem I think that we have as a community is we have not yet to recognize the traps that's being set. You see a trap, a real trap, to walk around it or to do something to avoid it. But people are continuously walking right into the same traps over and over. And there's a saying that we all know that experience is the best teacher.
Exactly.
But I would say that my brother here is a living witness that sometimes they didn't tell us this part about experience. Somebody else's experience can be your best teacher.
Exactly.
That's
And
true.
a lot of people
That's
don't want to
very
take
true.
heed to the information that's being given.
Because
and
they really don't
fall
have
back into the
examples.
same track.
Oh my
Right.
God,
See,
he's speaking.
And what did they say?
No.
After a year, if you're still in the same, going around in the same circle, it's time to make changes.
Yeah.
You got to
You
remember.
gotta do something different.
I mentioned, the crack pig laws. It's a substitute. The pigs and the chickens is the crack, and right now it's the guns. Because if you get caught with one of those guns, ghost guns,
You cooked.
you cook. You know what I'm saying? It's just they just changing the product. But they allow you, to go get these guns. They allow you to get. You understand what I'm saying?
They'll throw them on the ground for you. Like, yo, look.
And you get this, you get these ghost guns, you get these, things that's gonna put you back where I came from. I spent my entire, just imagine, half my 20s, my entire 30s, my entire 40s in prison. You know what I'm saying? And this is where, me, my brothers, we the community. You don't have no guidance. You don't have no counsel. You can't.
But also the mothers, the mothers and the women do not have the leadership and the caretakers and the guidance and the homes to nurture them.
Oh, go ahead,
bitches
OG.
trifling.
Okay.
Hold on. Brad knows I'm crazy, but them bitches are trifling. So go right on ahead.
She's definitely right. But also one of the things that all of us see in the community, especially in the Philadelphia community, is I've noticed that. Let's look at the daycare center.
Yeah.
Daycare centers are on almost every corner, like a church.
Yeah.
Or a mosque or whatever. And so now, back in the day, the woman,
absolutely
raised their children.
But
now other people are raising
because they
our
make
children.
sure that we are not able to thrive. That families, our husbands cannot work one job or one good job and then come home and while the mothers take care of their families and things of that sort. That's the way families are supposed to be. It's supposed to have extended families, but they make sure that the mother has to, the mother or the welfare recipient or whatever the case may be has to get out there and get a job, meaning that's more separation and bonding with the families and the mothers.
And so today, as opposed to yesteryear, you don't really know your next door neighbor. You see them walking, coming and going. Back in the day, everybody knew everybody on the same
100%.
block.
Absolutely.
We came out
It was
every
a
Saturday,
community,
cleaning
yeah.
up the block.
Because a lot of them don't have stability.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't have
Exactly.
stability. People move from place to place. Week after week, a couple months later, the younger than me, only because their mannerism, their character, their integrity is just it's just different. It's just different. It's just different.
Definitely.
Extended family is definitely key when you're raising a child.
It
So
is.
I just had my first daughter
Oh,
about
congratulations.
a year ago,
Yay.
and her being around her mother 24/7 is a major. Like, I could see her developing and being able to take that nurtureness in, and it's good for her. And then it's also good to have the man around because I'm also the alpha. I don't do what your mom do. I don't want to cuddle with you. I want to play with you. We up till 1 a.m. in the morning playing around, and you need both sides.
Yeah.
And then when the parents have to handle something, you need that grandmother, you need that cousin, you need that sister, that brother, that somebody to watch over these children that's not other people that you don't know. Because they're not going to have the same love for your child as your family
Absolutely,
would.
but then the families just allow, that your elder, they don't take care of their elders. Most of them die off in the old folks' homes and then don't even claim the body. Like, they died, they'll take care of the body. Like, it's really sickening.
You know what I mean? And that's due to, in part, because the fathers are not there.
Yeah, fathers, uncles, some type of example. Even the fathers they know their fathers are somewhere around in the next hood over, but don't come do nothing for their kids. That's why when me and Beanie, when we originally wrote the social music movement, and this is a movement. The podcast is just a part of that. The Block by Blocks, that's part of social music movement, and so forth. But when we wrote it was also to help these young artists and different people that want to get their kids, but they baby mama some smart. You already know the drill. You already know how the games these bras we playing in courts. You already know all that stuff. So nip it in the bud. If you really want to see your kids, let's go. Let's go get a joint. Let's start off with weekend visitation, whatever you got to do. I know some artists got full custody. I mean, and from being diligent and the judge seen it and because of mistakes of the mother, wound up getting their kids full time. You know what I mean? And a few other films. If you really
you
want
gotta
your
wanna,
kid,
you gotta want
you gotta want to be a man.
I was just about to say
know-
that it takes a man showing up to be a father for the whole cycle to change. If more men take out I just want to be with this woman, have sex with her, whatever, and then leave, to I want to be with her. I want to be inside my child's life. I want to take care of this woman.
But see, people don't think about who you getting pregnant. Like y'all just fucking. Like for what?
But you did it though.
Yeah, y'all did it, but they don't take accountability. They don't take accountability, and then the mothers resent the kids and let them just go sit there and be dirty and nasty and don't even care about them. But then collect that check though.
Yeah.
They collect that check though.
That's for a check coming.
That's where it begins. You know what I mean? Just not caring, not laying with any. You know, you can't do that no more. You know, you gotta be. You know, we gotta bring that structure back.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta care for each other, man.
Thanks.
You can't.
Yeah.
Like what you see, like she said, everybody out here, just coming and spraying. You don't give a fuck about nobody. You don't care about no
There's
kids.
supposed to be no women, no children, no working men, period.
Even when
just control your blocks. That's all we ask. We know you gotta do what you gotta do, but you control your fucking blocks. No women, no children, no working men. What's so hard? What's so hard? It's supposed to be some real G's. Y'all just some
back
cowards.
in the day,
to
it
me,
used
they
to be
just
like
cowards.
that. Women and kids were off limits.
But that's why.
With
That's what I'm
anything.
saying.
and that's what.
But
I
not
was
no
saying.
more. They go for the women because they're a bunch
Exactly.
of cowards and bitches first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it. Cause somebody hit that. Cause somebody hit that.
And that's the thing. Like back then,
Thank you, baby.
if you was going through it,
Thank you, baby.
with somebody from another hood or whatever, you know what I mean? You don't shoot kids. You don't
Exactly.
shoot grandmothers and all that type of nonsense, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, absolutely.
You don't,
So I want to ask you a question before we go to break. Toucan, we about to go to break. Maybe do some Velcro or something. Just something from the home team, Bruno, something. I want to ask you a question, but I want you to answer when we come back.
all right.
Okay? Mm-hmm. So, with the state of the black and brown communities, what it is right now, how long you been home now?
Well, shit, I've been home 7 years, 8 years.
Oh,
8
that
years.
long?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're more knowledgeable in depth and still looking at it like, wow, this shit's really happening.
Yeah.
After 26 years.
26,
correct?
yep.
After 26 years. So you see hood to hood, you know what I mean? Actually, it's going to be two-part question. How do you see how the JBM helped destroy the communities?
Mm-hmm.
And now, with you back home, and with if you guys don't know, City of Dreams is actually the official lobbyist for Aaron Jones, actually other co-defendant Basil, that we're working on a conversation for him as well. There's a few of them, but how are we all, City of Dreams and the JBM team, how are we gonna finally help fix these streets? Take us a break, Toucan. We will be back in social music movement, and we're also gonna I think it's time to start giving away. After we hear your answers, I think it's or before, if you need some time to think on it, because I want some answers.
That's a good question.
All about progression. What is about? All about progression. All about progression. We ain't making no exceptions. Nah. Excuses, useless. If you make it, might as well chuck the deuces. We ain't making no exceptions. All about progression. They say they ain't believe that it'd be selfish. But they stopped supporting when they got jealous. On the wall, they somewhere where the shelf is. It's all butter and garlic over the shelf. I'm on the road, Elvis. No matter what, I'm Gucci as my belt is. Thought I'd be dead, somewhere where Sull is. But we out here making these movies, check out the trailer. They call me up to see if I'm fella. That ship ain't sinking, that shit still selling. And my man just grabbed the boat, that ship still selling. I'm good no matter what y'all yelling. All about progression. What is about? All about progression. All about progression. We ain't making no exceptions. Nah. Excuses, useless. If you make it, might as well chuck the deuce. We ain't making no exceptions. All about progression. God did, squad did. Free the guys in the jail. I know the pies did. The 6 and the 5 did. And even when they ain't see it, I know that I did. They asked me who run uptown. The last time I checked, I'm from uptown. Progression. The reason you couldn't come uptown. Godfather of this shit, boy. Some that. Progression. All about progression. What is about? All about progression. Progression. All about progression. Progression. We ain't making no exceptions. Excuses. If you make 'em, might as well chuck the deuce. We ain't making no exceptions. All about progression. All about progression.
You got game mastery. Learn to adapt any situation you put in. That's how we moving. Bruno Brown music.
All about
God.
progression. All progression. We ain't making no exceptions. You know how we do Philly. Yeah, Philly. That true Philly, that samurai son, I do it for you, Philly. It's the midnight train, that new Philly, that been around the world, get right back to Philly. That new Philly, that PHI, double L-Y, we really live. Yo, straight out the slums of the Jedi mind trick, same place with Trey Lee and Big Pop called a hit. Rough housing like the Fugees and Nas. Even the king from Queens said Philly get fly. First city to bring rap a Grammy. I played Will and Jazz when my parents ain't understand me. Family, this is my love letter. Rest in peace for League B, cause nobody does it better. Roots picnic, state prop reunion. Can't thank Freeway enough, brother. We built a union. Drew hit the city and the murders went up. I understand, little man, you just try to come up. Schoolie D invented gangsta rap, X-Ice-T. You ain't gotta catch your body, just a body to beat. You ain't gotta murder your brothers to do your low numbers. Don't ever play it sweet. If it's drama, we can front it. I'm talking when the ball cash was the ball B. What if Jay and Swiss had to battle him and Beans? So many other celebrities of the gutter. Whenever we stick together, nothing out here can touch us. Yeah, EVE with the gold hair. P&B, you know we miss you, bro. You still here. Change the game through DVD. S5, S Reed, S Nessa, X Meek. I made it look easy like the block captain. I'm too rare, Philly GOAT, main attraction. Now they mention some with the best, and ain't nobody son of me, and that's something we can bet. From South Broad to Stinton Ave, I give them gas. Brickyard to Oak Lane, I take your staff. But we won't dwell on that. Yeah, I hear they low shots, we gon' get right back. Pull up on them quick, tell them run that back. Whole bunch of sun, they ain't even like that. 9 times out of 10, they done felt the wrath. We don't reheat old beef, we done cooked in the past. At last, a spitter that remembers the oath. McFadden the white head, I remember the soul. And ain't no stopping us now. I got a grip of the ground, putting it down. They say I'm the soul of uptown. What up? That new Philly, that Sixers Nation, Bird Gang, that true Philly. 215, we get the cream. 50 years of hip hop, it was all a dream. UPT right on my hand. How one homeboy became a man. Yeah. That new Philly, that been around the globe, come right back to Philly. What up? That new Philly, that ain't nobody better. You know how we do Philly. Yeah, Philly. That true Philly, that samurai son, I do it for you, Philly. That new Philly, that been around the world, get right back to Philly. That new Philly, that PHI, double L-Y, we really live. Just need your blessings, you know. Y'all here stressing. Just need the blessings. I might grab my weapon.
Damn, this beat is lovely,
Lay. You could put that on the town. We was around. Swimming in waters with sharks. We never drown. I'm about to run through the load. Spin that with my bros. The feeling of going back, broken a hole, keep you on your toes. A extended came with the pole. Cause you never know. Think about homies we lost, like, where do we go? I'm with the shooters, draft night, we going pro. Making maneuvers, fast life, coming and go. Give me your blessing. Give me direction. I can tell homie don't like that we shining, all the aggression. Boy, stop whining. Go make some records. They not connected. We are perfection. When my feature price worth more than your whole collection. We roll the dice, we getting by, we finessing. From a block where the neighbors cut a law on you, and you got that raw on you. Hopper trying to draw on you. Please give me your blessing. Just give me your blessing. Just give me your blessing. Just give me your blessing. Please, might grab my weapon. We still learning our lessons. Just give me your blessing. Just give me your blessing. Just give me your blessing. Just give me your blessing.
What's good? What's good? What's good? We are back at the Social Music Movement Podcast, sponsored by City of Dreams Coalition, powered by Glockware Radio Station. Oh, what a wonderful day. What a wonderful day. My name is Sister Taleah. I am president of the City of Dreams Coalition, also chair of the Social Music Movement. Oh, and we do so much at City of Dreams. I'm just looking around the room, suck my happiness. Oh,
Beautiful.
not Jordan today. Be back
Beautiful.
to SMH. And we got Nicole. You already know my right hand, Laws Great, is in the building. You'll be hearing from her in the 5 o'clock hour. You'll be hearing from her. We got Kara, the Carlos City of Dreams director and A&R. You know what I mean? And we definitely got my partner, Groove Laws, in the building. About to, you know what I mean? About to talk about all the work that he's been doing for a long time. The stuff that we'll all be partnering together. I'm letting the men take over. You know what I mean? I'm letting the men take over.
That's what's up.
So, Pastor, we're getting back to your question. Now we're not done. I just want to get to
Oh yeah.
to that.
I'm ready.
About 10 minutes. Good. But for both?
I'm ready.
All right.
Ready.
So, Pastor, I'm going to show everybody. It's been going up on the screen. But for those who don't see the green screen, you only see the green. This is the application for the Learn Center and Kofa Christian Sports presents the Philadelphia All-American Camp. So introduce yourself, Rev.
I'm just regular old brother Stan.
I got to mess with him.
Brother Stan. For the last 20 years of my life, I've dedicated myself to the service of children and families
Yes.
in the tri-state area, preferably Philadelphia, North Philadelphia, and the surrounding areas. We've been blessing kids and families with summer Bible basketball camps and all types of events throughout the summer to just be a blessing to the youth and the families. I always have a saying, it's not about religion. It's about having a real relationship with God. And I believe that God is love, and I want to display that type of love to everybody that I come in contact with. So back in 2003, I started Christian Outreach Fellowship Association and Christian Sports Incorporated, a nonprofit charitable organization under the IRS code 501c3. And I just, from the muscle, actually, Sister Taleah has been a tremendous blessing to me since I've connected with her, because for 20 years I wasn't getting no grants. I was just doing everything from the muscle, whatever money I had, I would just bless families, buy food, help with bills through my nonprofit, have little charitable fundraising events and things of that nature. And so I was just really blessed to come in contact with her, and she put me down with a lot of game in terms of grants, trying to obtain grants so that I could do more, because I believe my motto is I'm blessed to be a blessing. It's not about me. I've lived my life pretty much, and now it's time to really give back and show genuine and true love in our communities. And so, again, like I said, we started this camp this week coming up, Monday, the 21st. We'll have what is our 20th annual end of the summer basketball camp for boys and girls ages 6 to 14. We normally have a little small registration fee of $25, but it ain't about the money. If kids don't got it, if families don't got it, we try to just be a blessing, and we provide lunch, snacks. We do courses, bullying courses, crime prevention courses, hygiene courses, importance of education, things of that nature. So we just want to give back and prepare these kids to go back into the school year with an open heart or open mind to really learn and to grow as individuals.
Yes, absolutely. So that's why also, besides all the work me and the Rev do behind the scenes, everybody's like, why are you partnering with he's Christian. We are an interfaith coalition, first and foremost. If we all don't come together, we got so many things that are dividing us. But when I say this man has, when I say stellar record, anytime I say, anybody know Stan Laws? What? Never heard it, never. Y'all know all the moving and shaking I do, I've never heard this man rings bells. But like I said, he was hired, he came on for director of ministry so we could bring our communities together and start healing people through God, whichever way you want to believe in him. Just as long as you start practicing and start fearing him, period. But the whole thing is everything that he's been doing. There's so many different organizations and brothers like this man that's been doing great and phenomenal work all across Philadelphia. And you guys are the ones that deserve the money. Deserve, because it actually gets to the community. It's pay to play in the city. I said it. It's pay to play. Your friends and friends and friends and friends get all the grants. Where the money go? Where the events go? Where everything go? That's why I'm sitting still. I'm loving life right now. Don't mind me. So that's why.
Hi, girl.
Okay, so y'all see me back in a couple weeks, but right now it's me time. But even with the events that we do out in the streets, we make sure that the artists get paid, somebody get a stipend, whatever the case may be, as long as they about their business. But there's so much money that does trickle down from the government. But as soon as it hits us and our people, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So our communities would not have to suffer the way they do if the money went to where it was supposed to go as well. So with that being said, you heard the Rev, and also Wayne, talk about the Philly All American. We're talking about the youth camps. The youth camp promo for City Dream sponsorships will run until Sunday 5:00. The youth, for us to sponsor for each kid, remember it's only 2 kids per family. So if you have extra kids, you will be responsible for those extra kids. But City Dreams is sponsoring 2 kids per family. And the registration and that you have to contact. I have to contact City of Dreams. It ends at 5:00 on Sunday. So, and the other stuff you do.
Oh man,
basketball.
I'm doing everything.
He's Mr. Chippy right now. Tell him why you Mr. Chippy.
My pro-am basketball team just won the back-to-back championships.
Oh, okay.
So, and I'm gonna tell you the awesome part about that. So we won it last year. We was like 7-1 overall, but this year during the regular season we didn't win no games. We lost every game like by 1, 2, 4, but we was right there on the cusp of getting the victory. And they was on live talking about me like, yo, who y'all think we are, Philly All-Americans? And I'm like, dang, y'all talk to us like that? All right, I got something for y'all. And we got into the playoffs, and we beat the number 1 seed, the number 3 seed, the number 4 seed,
Come on.
and the number 5 seed.
They said
You know what I mean?
D1
So I started
training.
telling- I
Gang
said-
B said
so
D1 training facilities, but go ahead.
So on my way out after we won the championship, I said, do y'all got any pretzels left? They was like, yeah, we got a whole lot. You can take them. I said, I don't do pretzels. I do chips. Chips around here. So we won it back to back. And we're looking forward to next year playing in the TBT. It's a tournament for $1 million. So we won the bid to get to that tournament. So we got to put the team together for next year. And wherever we go at in the country, we'll play and try to win $1 million. But one of the things, the bright spots for me, outside of winning the championship, before each game, I always had prayer with the brothers, to strengthen us spiritually. Regardless, again, it's not about religion. I believe religion is the one thing that divides us in a community. A lot of people don't know that religion is technically man-made, but God is God. You know what I mean? He don't care what you call yourself, as long as we call on Him and trust Him to be a blessing to our families and our communities. And so, even with that, Sister Taleah knows every day for the last 3 years, I literally go to the Philadelphia Art Museum at midnight on the last day of every month, and I pray for the whole city on live.
Wow.
Beautiful. Yeah, we
That's
go out there
beautiful,
and we just pray for North Philly, South Philly, West Philly, the state, the nation, the world.
Wow.
And again, it's not about religion. We're just asking God to open up the hearts and
to
minds
heal.
of people to heal us. Yes. And that's what we need. We need a spiritual awakening within. You know what I mean? And I tell people all the time, I'm not a church person. See, a lot of people don't understand that concept. It's a difference being religious and being spiritual. My relationship with God, some people got a relationship with organized religion, and they don't do nothing unless the church say, the pastor say, but I don't serve pastor, I serve the Most High God. You know what I mean? And I'm going to serve people because that's what my life is about, a service to others. You know what I mean? And so with that being said, I do that every month. So if you're out here the last day of the month, come down to the Philadelphia Art Museum around 11:55. And at 12 o'clock, we're going to be praying for your children. If you have prayer requests, go into my DM, groove _ laws _ and send me a message. And listen, we're going to be out here. But the main thing, like Sister Taleah and we at City of Dreams Coalition, is about coming together to be a blessing, to uplift, to build, to be able to give back, and to be able to let people know that somebody love you. Everybody ain't out here hating on you. Right. Somebody really love you, and we got to find those people and connect and help one another. When my brother's down, I got to be able to say, bro, listen, I ain't got much, but here goes something, get something to eat, or here go, I ain't got the whole $500 for the electric bill, but here go $50. Now you only need $450. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so whatever it is, we can be a blessing to others. That's what it's all about.
But that's why I also shout out to Unique V, Miss Trez, Unicorn Harley, and one of my director of my street outreach team in my law, Law is Great and 7 Cares. And just so many I was out there that bring the people that need the help and the support to me.
Yes, that's what it's about.
Do you understand me? Thank you. Shout out Terrence No Gun Zone. You know how many times call Taleah, call Adrian, call like, I need a break, but nope, let me help this person. So, that's what it takes. That's what it takes to stop ignoring people's problems. Know that broad down the street, yeah, she might be off the hook. She's in that smack ass getting that money every night while the kids are at home. But those are the ones bring to me. I want to talk to them.
Right.
I want to talk to them. I want to help them before they take them kids. I want to talk to her before she completely breaks.
Yeah,
and destroys the whole family. That's the part where we want to step in. That's the parts where we hit them blocks and do our legendary block by blocks. And like I said, give me a couple more weeks. We're gonna be right back at it harder.
And Sister Taleah, that's actually a perfect segue to what I was about to say about City of Dreams Coalition. Is you know how a lot of times in religious organizations they want people to come to them, come to church, come to the hall, come to the mosque, come. No, we're going to you. We're going out there and we're hitting these streets and we're telling people that we're here, that we're visible. One of the things that we have to be as leaders in our communities is available. And Sister Taleah will tell you, my number is 24 hours a day. My cell phone right here, 267-819-6682. If I can't help you, we're going to try to find the resources to help you. But more importantly, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to ask God to bless you and direct you in a way that's going to help be beneficial to you and your family. And so, that's what it's about, man, just coming together and fellowshipping with love. There's a superficial love that is going around in our communities, and it's only based on circumstances and conditions. What can I get from you? How can I benefit
everybody
from
got
you?
an angle.
Yeah,
Everybody
that's fake love.
I can't stand
That's
that.
fake love.
That's
And so when you have the love of God in your heart and it becomes about someone else being other-centered as opposed to self-centered, being selfless as opposed to being selfish, then we can get somewhere. And so my goal is to try to unite a community, like Sister Taleah says, block by block. You know what I mean? Yeah, we know it's going to be some stuff where people ain't going to want to buy into it because that's what the enemy do.
Shoot, they all come. They come.
Yeah.
Look, when we hit them blocks, they hear our drill teams, our car clubs, our dance teams, and everybody else. They come out. They be having a good old time. Like, thank you. We start seeing every time, no fail. You start seeing the elders come out. Then you'll start seeing people walking up to you saying, "Thank you. We can come out our houses right now." And that's a no fail every block by block. Do you understand me? And if we do a 3 to 4 block radius, we probably get 30 houses with victims of somebody that done died. We probably get 20 DHS. We probably get 10 elderly that's being abused or not being taken care of, or water's off, gas is off, or they're not getting the right bed equipment, whatever the case may be. But that's putting the real work in, touching.
So let me say this real quick about next week's camp. I'm preparing right now this week. I've been ripping and running all week for 100 kids. I'm asking 100 families, 6 to 14, send your kids down to 2101 Cecil B. Moore Avenue at the Martin Luther King Recreation Center, and we're going to have a great week, 2 weeks of fun in preparation for you guys going back to school. So your kids, a lot of camps is closed now.
Yep.
Kids sitting at home sleeping all day next week. 2 weeks from now when school starts, kids ain't going to want to get up. We ain't going to have them up early every day. They're going to be used to it. Back to doing what they're supposed to do.
It's repetition with these kids, but it's also opportunity for them to do something different. So please get involved. It's free.
And I'm saying
City
100
Dreams,
kids, but I don't care if 200 come. We're going to serve. I'm going to make it work.
We're going to serve
We're going to make it work.
We're going to serve everybody. So I do want to say shout out to Center Street.
Yes.
Aetna Better Health. Who else I get on this? Center Street, Aetna Better Health, PCCD. Councilman Harity, all those, Desmond for Senator Street's office, and all those that have been a part of even make this even greater, helping me recognize the Red for all the fabulous work he's been doing in the community.
Thank you.
And we're gonna continue to grow. And anybody basketball, again, for the last time, don't talk to me about basketball no more. Call the Red. I'm not making no brackets. I'm not making nothing. I'm just paying for it. So. Now, because we still got official Cuddy here. Excuse me, official Cuddy here. I'm bad with all.
It's all good. I had to tell Jordan, look,
I was on grandma duty. I kept messing up my granddaughter's name all weekend. I kept calling her Bella, and her name's like for Bella, and her nickname's Ella, but it's whatever. But I kept messing up all grandkids, so don't feel no way. Everybody laughs at me. Been messing up everybody's names for years. But I know you on the 5 o'clock hour. But aren't you interested? I want to know what the answers are to the 2 questions.
No, I do. I want to know. I've been waiting. I was like, and I got hold up. I got another
I
question
gotta remember what I
about
asked.
the basketball league.
Sure.
I want to know what's the biggest thing you've seen since starting to do this, like with the kids, like the impact that you're making on the kids, just seeing them waking up, you know, early to come play basketball, just the energy that they're having because of the whole, you know, Philly of what we got going on. You either outside, you doing something, you're taking kids to a whole nother place and allowing them to be themselves. How does that feel for you?
Oh man, it's a tremendous feeling. One of the great things that I get from this program, we started back in 2003 with 150 youth in our first summer camp, and every year we have no less than 75 kids attend our programs. It fluctuates up to 90, 100, depends on what part of the city people are coming from. And I do all this advertising by word of mouth. Thank God for social media stuff, because I ain't got no bread like that to be on the radio and all this stuff. So thank God for Glockaware.
Shout out to Glockaware, baby. We out here.
Social movement podcast and allowing me to come on their platform and to display this information. But one of the things, bright spots about this program is to see kids and families from all walks of life, all faiths, dealing with all types of issues for a time, putting their situations on the side and just having fun and meeting new friends. And I even have players that participated in my camp 20 years ago that are now professional athletes who come back. One of the guys
Shout
on
out
here,
DJ
DJ
New
Newbill,
Bill.
comes back. He just went back to Japan, donates every year. A lot of players come back and just talk to the kids. And now we got some high school kids. We actually give stipends to the kids that are 15 and up, that are in high school, for coming to be junior counselors. So we got other younger kids mentoring younger kids. Teenagers mentoring the younger kids, and all under a tutelage of love. That's what it's all about.
Toucan, what is? Yeah, somebody else. Okay.
It's all about love and camaraderie and unity and things like that. When I was doing a little research a while ago, I always wondered, what did the word university mean? And the word university is broken down from two words, unity and diversity, because they wanted to have a school where there's unity and diversity. Mm-hmm. And so we're in a diverse community in our city. We got people dealing with all types of situations. But the one thing I think that we can all display to one another is true, authentic, real love. You know what I mean? And this is the problem I think that we're having. Nobody know what love looks like no more.
I know.
Because everybody's trying to get over.
They never been nurtured or reared in a way for the family to hold them. They don't know what it is to be loved, to be held, to not to be left feeling hopeless and the streets, from being left out in the streets so many times over and over again by the same people that they loved and entrusted themselves to. Right. So, but that's why it's so importantly now the legacy of JBM, the legacy of me growing up underneath JBM. It's all coming to fruition for me in my eyesight of what we're about to be able to have the strength to change in our communities, and especially starting with our men. Because starting with our men, that our women are gonna follow. Did you hear what I said? We start with our men, our women are going to follow. So that's what we need to start with first. Ain't that right, Yusuf?
That's right. That's right.
But that being said, so for the two questions.
Yeah, because look,
we
got you ready.
Whoever was here, I have. This is Mr. Yusuf Cobb, co-defendant for Aaron Jones, also known as head of JBM, Junior Black Mafia.
My brother, my comrade.
Yes, his comrade. Also, for me, as an honor, also working with them, also being a lobbyist for Basil, Aaron's actual other co-defendant and partner.
My old head.
Yeah, they old head. So, it's an honor for me, especially everything I've been through in the streets and things of that sort. Like I said, I was cut from a different cloth. I was still going to school, girls high, doing 130 packs, getting my white tee, my tights, and everything else from Capital Discount, and again, right back on the block. It was like clockwork. But, the way these girls are broke down, first thing they do is go trick. Because that's all they know. So with the men taking leadership, I had two questions for you. I wanted you to take your time, because actually, the depth of it is unreal. The first question was, how do you think JBM contributed to the demise of our families, our neighborhoods here in Philadelphia?
Oh.
The second question was, how are we as we're all partnering together for different movements? The book we'll get into
Right.
with Beanie, Chris Lassiter, and how we all play a part of stopping the violence and rearing the violence. Don't get it messed up. I don't ever think we want to stop the violence.
Right.
Niggas just can't get right, y'all. I said it, but it doesn't have to be so harsh out here. It doesn't have to be so wicked.
Reckless.
It doesn't
Yeah,
have
'cause y'all could be
reckless
fighting.
and wicked. So the second question is, King, what are we gonna do to fix these streets, fix the mentality, by looking at what part did the JBM and the Legacy play to break it down? Question number one.
Number one. Well, when you see movies like State Property, you see New Jack City, all these movies, you know, the glorification of the violence, you know, that was within our city. You know, we contributed to that. You know, you see the bling, the cars, you hear the stories, you know, and that's the part that, like, when younger people come up, they hear about that. Like, you know, even like us, when we heard about our old heads, you know, Lonnie Dawson and Sam Christian and all these brothers, you know what I'm saying? We looked up to that, you know what I'm saying? You wanted to be, you know, just as bad as they were, you know, back then, you know, in your, you know, mindset. So that contribution, like, when you see it, you know, you hear about us, get down and lay down, those words, you know, those, you know, the movies and the music, you know what I'm saying? That's the contribution that, you know, I can hold myself accountable to. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's
like,
up.
You know, us being out there. Yeah, and kids looking up to that, and everybody coming. When, you know, whoever come after you, they want to be just as bad as you are, or even, you know, better or badder, or as they say, demon. They want to be on demon
time. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and this is what you see now. You know what I'm saying? You see everybody. I mean, it's a big difference. You know, the guns are available at any time. You know, they got switches. You know, they got, you know, what was it? A couple months ago, about 8 months ago, you hear gunfire. You understand what I'm saying? You didn't hear that in our time. You know, it's different. They got automatic weapons. You know, handguns. You understand what I'm saying? So when you hear that, you see that, and then I look back and I look at the magazines, you know, what's that? Fez magazine, Don Diva, and then, you know, you see a picture in there, and then you see, you know, a lot of those magazines, they don't glorify that violence, but they give you the story of what happened back then.
Right.
So when you see your face, 26 co-defendants, no one flip, you know, stop snitching, you know, and you hear kids, you see them wearing T-shirts and reading these magazines, they don't understand that I was a kid when all that stuff happened. When you see my picture on there, I was like 26 years old. Like I said before, I spent my entire 30s in prison, my entire 40s. I came home in my 50s. You know what I'm saying? So when you in that cell and you look back and you reflect, and then you know, you understand, God damn, what did I do? You know what I mean? And then you see these kids. When you out there and you in the streets and you live in that life, you don't see the newspapers. See, when I'm in that cell, I'm reading the newspapers. I see the TV. When you in that life, you don't give a fuck about none of that. You're not looking at the newspapers. You don't understand it. But when you get all that time and you in that cell and you look back at your life, you're like, God damn, I get that. That was me. I was blind. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here now. You know, my co-defendant, he couldn't even read when he was in prison. He got 50 books under his belt.
Yep, and just wrote mine, by the way.
He can write a book
Oh, wow.
just like that. You know what I'm saying? He got a book. You spoke about bullying. You know what I mean? He got a book called Bullying. He got a book called
This is his book right here called Mr. Gun, and the
Why
way.
Do Kids Join Gangs?
Yes, and then also we're coming up with a series of books, also to put in the school district and the Master Charter schools. We're sitting down on so many different levels on so many different levels. Not only that, this is
Why do
actually this
kids
is actually
join
the book Beanie Illustrated. This is the book
Mr.
that
Gunn,
Mr.
Unforgiven.
Gunn. So also Chris is actually Beanie's Sully as well. From what I've been told. Sully, and then he also illustrated this book, even though we're going to change the pictures around, but we're really about to get busy. I met them. Also, I met Yusuf through
Beans.
Beans.
Beans
Sitting
is
down
my
with
nephew.
him.
That's
Yeah.
my nephew. That's my
Yes,
brother. Look,
yes. And you already know, crazy
I,
partner,
I,
but you know.
I love him to death.
Yes.
It's an honorable brother. You know what I'm saying? And when we talk, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm older than Beans. You know what I'm saying? Even though I look young, you know, as they say, black don't crack. But let me say this.
Yes, I'm looking like you don't look like you. What? What again?
And when me and Beans talk, you know, we had these heart-to-heart talks, you know, big brother, little brother. And Beans, you know, state property. You know, he knew who we was. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk, he's able to understand what happened. And I give him the full details. See, y'all see the street stuff, but y'all don't see behind the setup. Y'all don't see how they what they call it. They committed crimes damn near to put us in jail. You know what I mean? Misconduct. So y'all don't understand that part. You know what I mean? And they receive political prestige to put us away. You understand?
That's all right, because I'm about to expose it.
And this is why I'm here. I mean, I really, you know, to give back, man. That mean a lot to me, man. You know, interact with these younger brothers when we go to these like certain seminars, and I see brothers, and I'm able to talk to them, and like, man, you know, and they see me, and I tell them my story. You know, we got a hell of a story. You know what I'm saying? And we got to get it out to them before it's too late. I mean, a lot of brothers, you gonna always have young. I know when I was a young boy, you know, you gonna have these, man, fuck that nigga. You know what I mean?
That kind of answer.
You gonna have that attitude. You know what I mean? But still, when they get behind that concrete, they get behind that steel, they gonna remember that attitude. They gonna remember, God damn, man, old head was right, and that's because that's what I said. Old head came to me and told me, man, come on, man, get with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you smart. I got these properties, man. That little, you know, money you get, man, you can get with me, man. And I used to be like, I heard him, but I didn't hear him. Yeah. You know what I mean? But when I got in that cell, I said, damn, I remembered old head. You know what I'm saying? And this is where, you know, we come into play. I don't want them dudes to go into a cell and have to remember me. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to contribute right here. I want to tell my story. I want them to understand, man, that, you know, you on these streets and you get in that courtroom and they speaking the language, you know, the language of law. You know, you don't notice what they talking about. They ain't talking about you and you can't even understand what they saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to go through that. I don't want my brothers and young sisters
But
to
that's
go
a
through
part
that.
of the social music movement is for us to help them walk them through the system, because that's everyone. You know how many calls, different calls from DHS to child support to all different calls I get all day, every day from everybody that gets a case for something and they don't know what the fuck they talking about from every level. Can you get Layla out of here for this conversation?
And like
Layla out.
any
So,
you know,
so the point is, you know, our families are being so black.
Exactly.
You know, the point blank period.
That's
our
what it
kids
is.
are DHS being sold off. Our mothers, you know, they're out there tricking, and it's like slavery again. You're still getting fucked by the white man. Period.
no question about it.
Period. Because it's still, for you able to survive, you still got to go out there and do whatever. Because by design, the systems are not going to allow you to achieve. They will not allow you to thrive, and that's what it is. And I'm mixed with everything. I don't care. That's what it is.
Our case go back all the way back to 1985. Think about this: the Reagan and Bush administration. They start building prisons. They building these prisons.
Pipeline to prison.
I came here with Freeway Rick years ago when you know what I mean, when I first came home. He did an interview, you know, and when you look at his case, you know, that CIA crack cocaine dynamic, you know what I'm saying? That situation happened in
that picture right there. Was he wearing?
It happened in.
Is that the interview?
Oh, shout out to my boy Rick Ross.
Rick Ross.
A lot of cities, bro.
I met him in Cali.
a lot of cities when you walk those tracks and you're able to talk to brothers from different cities, you'll get an understanding of how they track. You know what I mean? Back then, it would be the same scenario, the same setup, man. I mean, our government is deep, man. All you gotta do is look at Tom Cruise, that movie Made in America. Look at Freeway Rick case. I used to be in a law library. My co-defendant, Chris, Rick couldn't read or write. My co-defendant couldn't read or write. You know what I'm saying? I took it upon myself to help my co-defendant. He'll tell you himself. He learned how to read. And look, he surpassed me. He got 50 books under his belt.
Wow.
That's all he do. He always been a hell of a storyteller.
But that's the whole thing is, as a people, that's why people get mad at me because when I say I'm not putting up your little titty videos, your little ass twerking videos on my page. I'm not going to. We are pure hustlers. And from our blood, it's like we go out there, hustle this, hustle that, hustle that. Put a fucking suit on, go in the damn boardroom and hustle one of your programs, hustle one of your businesses. Get it like that. It's like people just want the easy way out instead of applying themselves. But you know why they don't want to apply themselves? Because they don't have that support and that system to help them to break those barriers that's needed for them to thrive. You know, everybody needs some type of support system, but that's why, you know, it's so profound for you to be home, for us working together, especially, you know, during this time with me taking hiatus and taking a step back, you know, with us moving forward the block by blocks and how we really about to hit the streets even 10 times harder than I ever did. And for us to do it together, it's an honor. And I thank you.
It was an honor for me to meet Sister Taleah through Beans, you know what I'm saying? I fell in love with Sister Taleah from the first time I met her. I mean, because, you know, I'm a soldier. We soldiers. I like the work that she's doing in the community. I watch her. I see her on Instagram, YouTube. I see her working. You know what I mean? She look.
Not supposed to.
And it's a strength. She's doing work, you know, through the city council, land crafts, and I see all these pictures, you know, and it's deep because, you know, a lot of brothers are in prison that through misconduct. Back then, you know, the police back then, you know what I'm saying? They was doing misconduct, committing crimes to put brothers in jail. You know what I mean? I'm a victim of that. You know,
a lot of people are victims. A lot of people are victims of that. A lot of people because they don't know their rights. They don't know what happened. They don't understand what they should be charged with, what they shouldn't be charged with. You know, some people that might have committed a little misdemeanor, they got an extra 5 to 10 because they added some nonsense on there. I just got somebody that got into a fight. They added on burglary. What you mean? How does that turn into burglary? It's because he beat the bull up.
You know, we got to talk real talk. Like I said, back then,
that's just another way to hook.
The Reagan and Bush administration, you see them building prisons. They needed bodies for them prisons, bro. Yeah. It was slavery all over. You know what I mean? You go to prison.
Slavery never stopped.
They hit you with these fines, and you're working in what they call Unicor.
Back in the 1800s, they hit you with flat fines, put you in jail, and then put you on a railroad.
Exactly.
And then put you on a railroad.
That book that I mentioned, you know, Worse Than Slavery, the Parchment Prison Era, that's what it's talking about. How they, you know, they knew slaves or former slaves had to eat. They had to survive. Yes. So if you stole a pig, you know, you just left a vicious slave master. So you walking down the road, you got your kids, and then you still got people that
basically your back is up to the wall, and you're forced to do it, knowing it's going to put you in a bad position. So it's either or starve or go to. I mean, it's
exactly.
Either or.
You want to steal a pig or a chicken to survive. So they changed the laws just like they did with crack cocaine. They call it the pig law. You know what I mean? Stealing a pig was a misdemeanor. You know what I mean? But they changed the laws and gave you 10 years or more for stealing a damn pig. Yeah. That's the same thing they did with crack cocaine. So it's the same thing.
You know, it's crazy because as you're telling the story about this stuff, I'm envisioning the movie Life.
Yeah.
How they went to jail for like a petty crime and got life.
Like, but they kept getting in trouble behind bars too. Just kept adding on. That's the way to keep you. Because you got to remember, they're eating off it. Their kids are going to college off of it. They're living the good life off of it. And it's the global elite making sure that we will never rise. And I'm going to say it again. That is the global elite making sure that the common folk like us and my fellow hood rats, that we will never rise.
My fellow hood rats.
I mean, it's real. Like I said, they built those prisons. They needed bodies to go into these prisons. They had this unicorn. You know what I mean? It's deep. You do your research, you're gonna find out, man, that all of that stuff was a setup. They needed, you know what I mean? And then when you go to unicorn, that's slave labor. You making 10 cents. You know what I mean? If you was out on the street,
but at least you getting paid back in the day when you was on the railroads, running around in different towns and cleaning up their side, cleaning up out in the countries, out in the hicks, cleaning up their streets. I mean, you didn't get paid nothing. At least you have to get paid something. So the bare minimum is 10 cents. You're still a slave. Because by the time you get that money, you owe commissary, you owe this, and you owe the state for keeping you. So they taking that money too. They're gonna make sure they make that money off your black ass. And when are y'all gonna wake up and realize that? So with that being said, it is now almost time for break. But I do want to say Aaron and Lou. I'm not Aaron Lou. Cleveland and Lou. I used to run out in 46 Marcus Street out there when I was growing up. They had me on the blocks out. They brought me 17J, brought me out west, back out west. Those families still live there. So we're actually going to start doing a little unveiling, but the whole bigger picture is what we're doing next to bring our communities back. So we're going to learn why and how and so many different ways, because you got to remember JBM was citywide. There's so many different families, so many broken families that came out of that around the city from, tri-state for real. The niggas was just coming to Philly just to be a part of JBM or be around JBM. So it's like so many families took severe losses all at once. So we're going to talk about the good parts of JBM as the brotherhood. Talk about the bad parts of JBM, which was the demise of Philadelphia and our culture and the black culture.
We here to fix
it. But then we're also going to hear talk about even more the movement as we make revelations, what our next steps are, what our next events are. So yes, City of Dreams, City of Spitter artists, get ready. Get ready, because Big Sis is back.
And I'm with her.
Yes, we got
Full fledged. Me, Beanie Siegel, Christopher Laster, we with our sister.
Yep, the Rev, the whole City of Dreams team.
We out here.
We out here. My God. Look, Cuddy with us too.
Come on, man. Jersey here. Come on, man. Jersey's here. Jersey.
Yep, for sure. So we are going to commercial, because when we come back, we got Cuddy over here. We got S7 Cares. We got Jordan Suck My Happiness. And I'm going on that side, where I belong in the first place, if the food wasn't hell of a late. So yes, 2K, please take us to commercial.
Yeah. Squad, go! Yeah. Squad, go! Ready, step, nigga, let's go. 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 All my niggas on go. Let's go. All my bitches on go. Free lane always on go. Let's go. Ready, step, nigga, 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 let's go. All my niggas on go. Let's go. All my bitches on go. Let's go. Free lane always on go. Let's go. Ready, step, nigga, let's go. T-E-double-L Crow, that's me. Always on go. I'm never on E. When my niggas slide, they slide for free. When your niggas slide, you pay them a fee. And say I'm a goat, and you are a sheep. You not in my lane, you not in my reach. Yeah. You not in my lane, you not in my reach. Pull up on your block in that great way. Go. Big body push with the rape flight. Go. Big bag on your head, but it ain't light. Go. Get a nigga hit the same night. Go. Vest on, ready for the neck on up. Can't wait to see me and nigga do what? Yeah. Can't wait to see me and nigga do what? Ready, step, nigga, let's go. 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 All my niggas on go. Let's go. All my bitches on go. Free lane always on go. Let's go. Ready, step, nigga, 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 let's go. All my niggas on go. Let's go. All my bitches on go. Let's go. Free lane always on go. Let's go. Ready, step, nigga, let's go. Crow, that's me. I'm never on go. They slide for free. You pay them a flow. And say I'm a goat. And you are a sheep. You not in my lane. You not in my route. Great white. Great flight. Go.
Kiki. See me? With Island Shorty, that shit got like Riri. Beat me. Pull up with the work, chopper front in the backseat. Some GGs all over my jersey. I ball, I'm an athlete. Beat me. Pull up in the foreign, blowing up my Kiki. See me? With Island Shorty, that shit got like Riri. Beat me. Pull up with the work, chopper front in the backseat. Them GGs all over my jersey. I ball, I'm an athlete. I came to fuck up the game, bitch. Fuck, I had never the same drip. Oh, I got flavor, you plain chips. Blue Benji, I speak in old English. I'm talking oath, pig lad. Strapped with the bomb and I'm been lad. Planting my seeds, I've been cracking. Yes, I've been there, I made a bit hack. I was a young nigga with a loud pack. With a bad bitch and a pile of crack. All I know is the word, but don't follow tag. Nigga, I hustle, you call it drag. Big dog, bitch, I'm a werewolf. Got it on lock, I'm the sheriff. I spit cool shit, then your bitch earmuff. Big dog, bitch, I'm a werewolf. A nigga was down, took the layer up. Gotta say nothing, she just do it like I dared to. Beep, beep. Pull up in the farm and blowing on my Kiki. See me? With Island Shorty, that shit got like Riri. Beep, beep. Pull up with the work, chopper front in the backseat. Some GGs all over my jersey. I ball.
Gotta find a way quick.
Beep, beep.
Wasn't on my job, I tried to play sick. All this running the streets, I gotta stay fit. Life is a movie, we ain't reading from the same script. Nobody gon' hold me back, but I mean it this time. Fresh start, I think I need to rewind. And I promise not to leave my own people behind. We all leaving in a box, but it keep us in line. This ain't about the lifestyle of the rich and famous. It's about my lifestyle, cause it's getting dangerous. It ain't funny no more, they killing entertainers. How I'm supposed to stay the same, going through these different changes. What goes around comes around, it's true. You don't change, the people around you do. They say it's love, but that hardly exists. I'm in the grind, you know how many parties.
Top of the band, that bitches they hopping right there. My niggas just swimming. So appealing, many drugs and women. Young, the men in the building. People they looking to shield. I'm out in the field, this shit getting real. All the funny things, yeah, your bitch know the deal. So niggas a drill. Griffies on my face, yeah, sure I got a lane. I'm just in the coupe, I scoop your bitches on the frame. Let us get a chance to bend the corner again. Let us get a chance to bend the corner again.
Equal rights, equal fights, get on her knees like proposals. Hair long like Rapunzel, pace short like a munchkin. I'm
coupe, I scoop your bitches on the frame. Let us get a chance to bend the corner again. Let us get a chance to bend the corner again.
Equal rights, equal fights, get on her knees like proposals. Hair long like Rapunzel, pace short like a munchkin. I'm on FN, FL, and record this on Pro Tools. I'm just saying like I'm Goku. Hit it for a while, like we was knocking snow boots. Know what I'ma do? Close the door and just pull it out like a loose tooth. I'm the one they could go to. I'm the one they could go to. Still remember being pro beef, turning motherfuckers into pro dudes. All of us making more bangers. Nigga, that shit was old news. Beat bounce around like a deuce, flow off top like a sunroof. I'ma do damage. I took a break and I took advantage. I was gigantic in the pandemic, in the field, nigga.
Top of the band, that bitches they hopping right there. My niggas just swimming. So appealing, many drugs and women. Yeah, I'm the man in the building. People they looking to shield. I'm out in the field, this shit getting real. Deal, some niggas a drill. Griffies on my face, yeah, sure I got a lane. I'm just in the coupe, I scoop your bitches on the frame. Let us get a chance to bend the corner again. Let us get a chance to bend the corner.
For as long as I can remember, I've been cracked. I play my part by being cool, but I don't never run like Zach. Grew my hair long like a yak. Salt on my face and the flood on my back, Mr. Flow on the track. I might break it down with my words, but my word is my bond and I won't break a pack. Bare arms like jacks, we ain't out the woods yet, shacks. If it ain't about racks and discussion of business, we better be talking about plaques. I'm just stating the facts, but never one black. My statement for the flag on the pole, I came up as the tough on that pavement. That's probably how I got, that's probably how I got, that's probably how I got. My girl used to tell me she liked me, I turned that shit into I love you before it was even a cup. Before it was even a cup. My girl used to tell me she liked me, I turned that shit into I love you before it was even a cup. Before it was even a cup.
Snapping like Uzi with the blue hair. Humpy, I'm too rare. Put on their ass, then a new pair. Put in their giving still blocks the movies. Headshot, you looking like Stewie. Man, I'm smoking on Goofy. Man, I'm smoking on Headshot turns top to a smoothie. Hold on his Christians, hoes in the school fees. I was just broke, now I'm dripping in jewelry. Pussy a dub, I just want to chew it. Shorty gotta be an eater. Shorty gotta be an eater. I call that place like I'm mad. Wait. I'm in my bag and I'm stabbing. Wait, hey, just like I'm Joey Jad. Wait, hey, think I'm no captain.
I represent Philly like I'm the Liberty Bell. For as long as I can remember, I'll be cracked. I play my part by being cool, but I'm in the front like that. Grew my hair long like a yak. Salt in my face and the flood on my back makes me flow on the track. I might break it down with my words, but my word is my bond and I won't break a pack. Bare arms like jacks. We ain't out the woods yet. Shacks. If it ain't about racks and discussion of business, we better be talking about plaques. I'm just stating the facts, but never one blame on the statement for the flag on the pole. I came up with the tough on that pavement. That's probably how I got. That's probably how I got. That's probably how I got. Girl used to tell me she like me. I turned that shit into I love you before we was even a couple. Before we was even a couple. Girl used to tell me she like me. I turned that shit into I love you before we was even a couple. Before we was even a couple.
If you don't land, I just jumped off the boat. Got a strap and lean in my coat. I feel like I leave how I bounce off the ropes. If she don't like me, then I tell the bitch go. Then I go fuck on her friend and I think about it no more. I'm tryna fuck with her friends, it's Texas moving, I'm afloat. Shh, I don't want it no more. I got a sack in the low. Stop, bust down on my head and I'm gone. I asked to speak like what you want from me. Tipping off the Hennessy. Walking in my body in the trap and I still certified.
And I get so high that I can float. I don't want this bitch, I just wanna throw. Yeah, these hoes are the most. And I'm getting active, I make it happen before I ever go broke. I jump in the whoop and go faster, feeling like Casper, I'm going ghost. Yeah.
Bitch, I don't brag, I don't boast. I'm a little nigga with bags, I love him packing the cash, yeah. I got these bitches so sad, I left them all in the past, yeah. She got that beat going fast, I just been punching the gas, I'm coming first, never last.
Bitch, and I'm like where the bros at. Locked in now where the hoes at. I'm only going where they let me get posed at. Cause I can't like and they know that. Shut shit that and I still wanna expose that. I'm tryna see where I throw that. I'm tryna see this bitch, she throw that. Then I'm tryna see the bitch throw it back. Walking this bitch and I'm like where the bros at. Locked in now where the hoes at. I'm only like and they know that. Shut shit that. The bitch throw it back.
Hey, running the spot with the blitz. Catch a drop on the op and it's lit.
Don't say you family unless you about to spill some blood for me. There's too many motherfuckers saying they got love for me. You crossed me one time, it's a motherfucking dove for me. You bathing blood, drowning in the fucking tub of it. There's too many motherfuckers saying they got love for me. You say you family, baby, be down and spill blood for me. You crossed me one time, it's a motherfucking dove for me. You bathing blood, drowning in the fucking tub of it. Damn it, motherfuckers, waste my time again. Spin that block and motherfuckers, spin that block again. Damn it, motherfuckers, waste my time again. Spin that block and motherfuckers, spin that block again.
I be damn if niggas try to waste my time again. I'm on that line again. That's that front line again. Yeah, we blew him in the past. You should remember him. Yeah, we couldn't catch that nigga, so we got his friend. Turned him into backwood action. You ain't my bro, you ain't my slime. Niggas plotting on my casket. And for my blood, I'll drop blood. Ain't no point in asking. I play that point just like a gun. You better guard your game.
Don't say you family unless you about to spill some blood for me. There's too many motherfuckers saying they got love for me. You crossed me one time, it's a motherfucking dove for me. You bathing blood, drowning in the fucking tub of it. There's too many motherfuckers saying they got love for me. You say you family, baby, be down and spill blood for me. You crossed me one time, it's a motherfucking dove for me. You bathing blood, drowning in the fucking tub of it. Damn it, motherfuckers, waste my time again. Spin that block and motherfuckers, spin that block again.
Yo.
Better late than never. Listen, man.
Sure.
We back in this joint. You already know it's the Social Music Movement Podcast. Shout out to Sister Taleah for holding that shit down like a motherfucking paperweight. Real shit in the office. You know what I mean? Keeping that shit 100,000 super sturdy. Didn't fumble it. Didn't fumble the bag. Didn't fumble the conversation. Didn't draw. She did that shit to the colossal extent And honestly, that's the fucking reason why I fucking say, yo, I need to be on this show. Like, I looked at her doing this, I'm like, dog, this not even what she like to do. She get off the shit, man. I don't really want to be in front of
media
everybody.
movement, huh?
She like, man, she be like, listen, suck my happiness. You just really need to step up and do this. She's like, I don't want to fucking be in front of all these people. I don't want to fucking do that. She said, how can I go get the fucking money to take care of the streets if I'm the fuck on here? I'm like, yo, that do make a lot of sense.
Cause shit a plug, yo.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm like,
the plug not in the front. The plug in the back, you don't never see him.
Yo, that's true.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
Well,
being real.
I never.
Plug, you might see the plug every now and then.
Plug might be on the side though.
But the real plug,
Look, where the plug
You see the
at?
plug is bad.
It's in the cut, right?
Come on.
Yeah, it's bad when you see the plug. You ain't,
Yeah, the
that
plug.
mean the plug had to come out. That's
But
it's
no,
getting rough,
right? I say all that to say on some real shit. She be mad at me, but she moves so much like, I won't say like a man, but in a way that a lot of men should move.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's what I mean to say.
Awesome.
And when you see somebody like that and you have a certain type of kindred spirit, like you have a very like genuine spirit with you, like most of the things you do, even if you do it fucking completely wrong, you're not doing it to fuck nobody over. You're not trying to do none of that. So when I really started getting in line with her, it was very hard for me to understand why I wanted to follow behind her as a man. Not want to follow behind her, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm supposed to be alpha, but I learned so much from that. But that grows you on a level in itself. But I say that as a leader, looking to her for guidance, not looking to her to follow behind her. What I'm speaking of is a second level of mentorship where you start taking from them what they would normally do, even if it's not what you would normally do, because they're in a more successful situation in certain things that you try to do. I didn't ever say there's nothing wrong behind following a woman, because a lot of people are in married relationships and business relationships.
At the end of the day, we come out of a woman.
Right.
So
a woman.
we come from a woman.
So
no matter how you look at it.
It's only natural to actually follow one.
Exactly.
You heard what Tupac said. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only natural that you guys. We need you guys as the
Tupac
protectors. It's okay to follow us, but make sure you're right there to protect us.
There's nothing wrong with following. There's nothing wrong with following a woman. Nothing.
Nah,
there's nothing wrong
with not following a woman.
No, exactly.
Seriously,
listen,
we make everything better.
No, but I will say this:
if you bring us sperm, we turn it to babies. If you bring us a house, we turn it to a home. Right. You know what I mean? Everything
if
that
you bring
give
them 100,
us,
they gonna bring
you
a
give
meal.
us food, we turn it to a meal. Everything that a man provides and gives to us,
but I'm gonna tell you
we
something.
make it better.
I'm gonna tell you something. We're gonna have a real conversation as everybody in here is grown. That works only when a person has that mindset. If you do that with a woman that don't have the fucking correct mindset for even one of those things that you're saying, I'm gonna give you food. I'm coming back.
Here.
The food's still fucking throwing out on the table.
You shouldn't be.
You feel me? I'm just saying, like, dog. Like, I only say that because.
But that's so true.
I show
that's
so much
so
love
true
to the
because you're
women.
gonna be in love with somebody and keep looking at them like they just never gonna get right. They never gonna learn how to be a
Facts.
woman and cook and clean and nurture that man the way that man needs to be nurtured. Do you understand?
Yes,
It's two-way
yeah.
street.
Stuff fluctuates. I come from a home where my grandfather did all the cooking and cleaning, and because his mother taught him all of that.
There's nothing wrong with
So
that, but a
she-
woman still need to do what she's supposed
I
to do.
mean, my grandmother knew how. My grandmother knew how, but she worked a lot more than him. Her job, my grandma is a
Dogs in the building,
Oh,
dog.
yeah.
Like
Super big dog.
I just gotta get it. I just gotta get it. It's time. Listen, before anything, yo,
We
shout
here.
out to my nigga Cuddy. He been around for a long. Me and him been together for a long time, and we gonna tap in real quick. But
100%.
listen, dog, this man right here.
Facts. This the big dog right here.
This the man where niggas is watching videos and shit. Oh, this is my favorite rapper,
Living
nigga.
legend.
This need to be your favorite fucking director, your favorite videographer, because this is a person that had ideas before it was something popular.
Fact.
And that is something that's innovative. When you have an idea that everybody else will love, but nobody did it yet, and you start to do it, it becomes timeless. You understand what I'm saying? When Michael Jackson started moonwalking all over the fucking place, he just said, dog, I'm gonna dance better than James Brown. He didn't think that everybody on earth is gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, it became that. And for a man like this, real rap, I want you to talk your shit for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And really let people know about your mindset. And real quick, I guess my first question is going to be like, what was your fucking mindset really getting started in this shit? A lot of people talk about where they at now. Like, nigga, everybody know where you at now, but it's very hard for these kids that's out here right now, and people, like just even me, Cuddy, anybody on their way up to really envision where a nigga was at before he was known before. Like, what was his mindset? What was, you know what I mean? What was his inspiration?
Like,
you know what I mean?
to be honest, I ain't never know whatever I got going on was ever gonna be going on. If that makes sense.
No, bro.
Perfect
I was
sense.
just working.
Perfect sense.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't about. I wasn't trying to impress nobody. I was just working as trying to figure this shit out for myself.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, whatever came with it, it just came with it. Like, when I came in here, she said, you come.
Because you say the plug, when the plug come up.
Like,
See what I'm saying?
We supposed to did this like 2 weeks
with
ago.
us. It would have been an honor to have him sitting with, you know what I mean?
That's
With
what
folks.
he's saying, though. We supposed to lock in, yeah.
what I'm saying is, I'm a person of humbleness.
Awesome.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather walk around the city and don't have to look over my shoulder. You know, don't have to look over my back.
Oh, so you don't want to be famous, you want to be infamous.
I just want to take care of my family and my
I was never supposed to be in the forefront or come out to be the face. I never wanted that.
A lot of people,
that's when the evil eye come. And that hate and that thirst and that wickedness. That's when all that plays a part. I'm good.
Let me
But
tell
I'm
you
mad
something,
at
right?
shit.
I'm gonna tell you something, right? I've been around the top of the top, right? And I see what happens when they become famous.
That's dope that you're aware.
You see what I'm saying? So when they become famous, they can't live their life. I want to live my life. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care about the fame. I ain't even gonna say I care about the money. Only thing I do, I care about taking care of my family.
Facts. No. Facts.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Exactly.
But can I ask you a question real quick?
What's that?
Like you've been in the game for a minute, right? And you see the change in the cycle of the integrity of the craftsmanship of these different artists, photographers, whatever, promoters, whatever. Then I mean, whatever your niche is, their niche is, or whatever case may be. Are you disgusted yet by the amount of the thirstiness in some of these youngins that don't have the business mind? They don't have the.
Actually, I was just talking to two, right? Toucan, everybody don't know who he is. Glockaway, owner, every all. Like,
and the shizzert. Show him the shizzert one time.
He a good boy.
Shout
Shout out to his
That's
platform.
my brother. I don't make a move without him. This home for
But-
me and forever will be.
What it is, people gotta, like, you never gonna understand until you go through it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I've been through it and I saw the ups and downs. I've been around Drake. I've been around Meek. I've been around the people that people look up to. But at the end of the day, they still the same people as me. They just got a different career path. That's it, of making income. You understand what I'm saying? Like, nobody is different from nobody. That's how I look at it. Like, when I saw that different people, when I see that the people that I was around, whereas though they can't enjoy the shit that they was making, like the money they was making, they can't actually enjoy it. Like, how you got all this money, but you can't even enjoy driving down the street by yourself? You gotta have security behind you. I ain't want that.
Okay.
So as big as my name is, as big as my brand is, I try to stay low key, whereas though I can provide a platform for different artists, because there's always gonna be artists coming around the corner trying to get on.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's some artists that get on, they might forget you. But if you keep that door open, see how she got it closed? You keep the door open for other artists to come in, there's always gonna be a platform for you. So that's how I was.
And
like,
separating
that's
yourself.
just
So
So
you
you
were one of the few
mastered-
people that was really separating yourself from your
Yeah,
brand.
that's it.
And that's really the basis
That's
upon
it.
it, which
Like,
a lot of people can't fathom
but
right now because of social media.
See, the point is that I'm trying to make, I had a name before social media. And with that being said, I was really out here in these streets.
No, that's big facts.
But people was never going to understand that. That's why the brand is called We Run the Streets, not I Run the Streets.
Yo, they saying run the streets ant, nigga. Run the streets ant TV. What's up, nigga?
And you're making yourself
No.
exclusive. So,
So-
you made
so-
it.
So I gotta ask you a hard ass question. Like, I can't ask you a bunch of questions. So I gotta ask, you know what I mean, some toxic ass questions real quick to bring the unhumbleness out of you. You feel me? You gotta do that
Here
as
we
a good
go.
interview.
Yeah, come on.
I need
Only
to
way
know.
you could do
I
that
need
if you pass me the weed.
Yo, say
Yeah, bro, you
that.
pass
Say
Hold on.
I'm trying to make sure
Let
it
me
was.
talk. Hold on. Before, because you got to pass that, John, and you know what I mean? Look, I met Ant damn near like 2019. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching him on YouTube since 2012. Around that time, I don't even know if he was doing videos then. I was on motherfucking YouTube, nigga, and I was watching.
I started in 2008.
So look, when
2012 is long. Sorry.
Ant inspired me, a part of it, Philly wise, to get into Philadelphia, to do my Cuddy TV, to be able to bring artist opportunities and vlog them and put them on camera and even care about what the fuck they got going on. You know what I'm saying? That's one part of Ant. Ant as a whole, he got apps, he got delivery services, he got, like, I really know the rundown of him. This is really a legend we talking about. Nigga, I'm in the game. It's still on my website. Bro, it's on my website right now, my nigga.
The game.
Go to my website. This man's app has been on my website for 3 years.
Listen, I need to get on that, John. Even if everybody want to whoop my ass on that, John.
You feel what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? I'm actually about to get that amped on my man Stiz. Battle Academy.
Shout out to Stiz.
Because as long as I get a little percentage of it, that's my man. I started his business. I started his growth as an artist.
Right.
But in the battlefield, the platform that I saw with that video game was for artists to actually be like spitting their words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like when I first started, it was about like, all right, say you had a single, right? And you had your background from the hood you went. Every time a little kid play that video game, what's gonna happen when you play 2K?
Oh
You
shit, it's gonna
record
play
the
that
song,
music.
right?
Yeah.
So that was the platform behind it.
It's fire.
To make the artists whoever artists at home,
Make them know.
to make whoever playing the video game
Know about that artist,
that's
locate.
it.
Yeah, that's dope.
But
my
man Stiz.
See what I'm saying? The fucking idea beforehand.
You know what's even better
it?
is that you care enough. You care enough about the friendship that, you know, as friends, we have to want for our friends what we want for ourselves, and vice versa.
You know what I can tell you about that? It's all about different people. You see what I'm saying? Like, everybody not in it to help others.
Right.
Yeah.
But you are.
That's why it's called we.
Yeah.
Not I.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a difference.
Yeah.
That's all.
But you know what's the craziest thing? A lot of people say certain shit like that, but it's all cat. Because you'll see an artist, you'll see a rapper, even Floyd. Floyd might make it seem like, Mayweather. But nigga, when you watch that nigga, it's always about that person. Like me and Cuddy know my old manager. It was a nigga that had everything he needed to be the biggest manager. Yeah, he had everything he needed to be the biggest manager on the East Coast. Swear to God, on my life. Even to this point, he probably
100%.
still can do it. But he had something in him that he always had to make it about himself. And as a manager, as a promoter, as a mentor, as a motherfucking leader, as anything, like even like what Toucan do. Like you can't even put Toucan in a box and say what he is, because it's never about people like Toucan's like that. Toucan will help you with your shit, and you didn't even buy shit. Then nigga telling you fucking ideas to do your own goddamn thing. It's not a lie. Everybody in here done had a conversation with Toucan and walked away like, dog, I should have definitely grabbed that. That was a shirt worth for information. That was a goddamn shirt.
That's why I got this Toucan shirt on.
Yes, sir.
Factory. Make sure you come to the G shop. You heard? You need some printing.
I got this from my bro Toucan, and I'm gonna keep it all the way 100, right? He charged me a certain price. I'm gonna charge y'all niggas a certain price. You hear me? Like, because the shirt is dope. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely dope. Shout out! I looked at it as I'm so legendary. I had to name my son Legend because
his son's a legend already.
That's heavy.
Because the point is that he was born a legend.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, whereas though everything that I ever did, he's going to encounter. He's going to be himself, but he's going to make it bigger than who I was.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so I was so legendary, I had to name my son Legend. You know what I
Yo.
mean? So shout out to my whole family. Period.
Shout out.
That's what this shit is about.
I'm part of I'm part of the dad gang, nigga. Shout out to my fucking family. You already know. I love all y'all. Y'all know what it is. Look, I already told him, like, I'm gonna be the biggest dad. Like, everybody wanna be the biggest gangster. 2024, I'm gonna be the biggest family man.
That's all it's about.
Family, me, nigga.
I'm quitting.
But look, I made a song called
I'm
Legacy,
quitting.
and that's what I thought of. I said right here, right now, but something my legacy. The only one better than me is a better me. Nobody knows all I done. Y'all can keep them felonies. Trying to put shit all in my jacket. Don't touch my Letterman. Right here, right now, but it's not my legacy. All my kids are gods, and I'm like Odin, no Gregory. I've been known to stick out like a big ass pregnancy. You know what I mean? Type shit. But that was the basis behind the song, though.
Let me
Like,
ask you a question, right?
like I only made that shit because I thought about like, yo. Like,
But look, a real serious question, right? When the niggas tell they jail stories, right? Who do it matter to?
Jail niggas.
That's all.
And niggas niggas that's on the path to jail.
That's all. So you understand where I'm going at. At the end of the day, like, I learned that at a young age that a nigga coming home and telling his jail story. Even when I had an artist, shout out to my little bro Santos, right?
That's my dog. I
He used to be like, yo, the jail's loving me. But at the end of the day, they not paying no. They just listening to you because of their circumstances.
And Toast got that kind of love.
You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, we had to deal with DJ Khaled. I'm not ever going to talk about what happened behind the scenes.
I hear you.
But I always tell him that we able to still do what we do today.
Awesome.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I go, my little bro gonna go. I don't give a fuck who like it, who don't like it.
Nice.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But the moral of the story is we had it. We like every time God might place something in front of you, it might be something that the devil might place in front of you. You know why? Because the same people that was there with us, they ain't with us today.
Right.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Hell yeah.
Well, look, this what I want to do. Before it get crazy, I'm gonna tell everybody, if y'all on anybody live, I'm a tour and you allowed me to be a part of that, John. I was there for every fucking day. I know him. That's why I said it like that. Y'all two need to do a joint venture together because
my guy.
yo,
whatever he wants.
yo, but that's what I'm saying. But that's why I bring y'all here in the same room.
You want to do we?
What? This
Because
OG
it's like-
right here. You don't think I'm hopping on it? You don't think
That's what I'm saying.
It don't even matter what he want to do. Whatever he want to do,
That's
my guy.
It's stamped.
Because
That's
at the end of the day, I understand the importance of marketing and distribution.
Facts.
He live in a different city than I live.
Facts.
Right.
So if he can help my brain get to another level,
It does.
Real
it
shit.
don't even matter what it is.
Real
Oh, I got you all day.
Oh, it's stamped then.
All day.
It's stamped. That's all. But listen,
If you guys did not listen and tune in, please be on the lookout for a series of
Talk that
books.
shit.
He's already written over 50 books. Also re-illustrating, republishing Christopher and Beanie Siegel's books. If you didn't hear, that's how we're all working together. But the importance is the work. It's the work. I'm not a manager. I just give people
No,
alley-oops.
can you be my manager?
I just give people alley-oops. I'm just
No,
big.
can you be my manager?
I need all alley-oops, man.
Well, look, I need a
Can you
steady
be my
team.
manager?
it's the not
need a
no
study
for me,
team.
my nigga. It's the her not saying no right
don't
out.
even understand.
It's not her
Like-
saying no. It's
She
her.
wouldn't-
It's
she
her like
wouldn't
yo.
say no.
I don't.
You know
do
she wouldn't
that.
say no.
Look,
Superwoman doesn't
She
say
don't
no.
even understand.
No, I don't. I tell
Look.
people no, I'm not a man straight up, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it a little.
I
quick,
know.
because
So that-
I be
so
so
that-
busy,
Superwoman-
right?
I'm looking for sturdy people.
Superwoman
That's
doesn't
a big
say
difference.
no.
It's a big difference.
Right.
Cause you already know I cleared the whole house.
Hello.
We're sitting on my
Yeah.
we ain't making
Okay.
a move and
Hello.
stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I said okay. Hello.
So
Right
anywho,
there.
yeah. So please get ready. I'm on still on me
is.
break, loving on me, and am I loving on me right now? But we will be
Working.
back
And we
with
loving
a
on you too.
series of an in-depth look at Junior Black Mafias.
Yes, sir.
Different members that used to feed me when I was out there in the street, 17th and J, and still going to girls' high doing
real
130 packs. Then when they used to put me down on Mark, what? I was able to do nothing but make them wet bags and
Listen.
them perk
Your
bags.
white tee and your
So no,
airport
but I
bag.
was blessed. The whole thing, I was blessed back then when people had integrity. You know what I mean? When we out here out in these streets. It's a whole different time for these kids. These kids are just done. I mean, they all.
So look, can I ask you a question before we get off?
Sure.
What do you think the kids need?
Yeah.
There's so many different variables.
60 seconds.
So I say that 60 seconds, everything I do, they need that support. They need to rebuild the foundation. But like
From
that
everybody.
takes in rebuild the foundations.
Ooh.
What she said, most important thing.
What?
Parenting.
from everybody.
No, but rebuilding
Because
the foundations. But
community
no, but you're looking at
parenting,
parenting
But
is just
from
one
everybody.
out of rebuilding the foundations. Rebuilding the foundations covers a lot. There's so many different variables. Yes, we have to hit it this way. There's so many different ways we have to hit it. Employment, resources, education. So many different ways. That's why my program from one mother to another, and we are over time. But how about we do it and we come back tomorrow and be a part of the series?
Oh yeah. Let's come back.
With JB, I would be an honor for you to be here. And we're going to pick this up for next week of what we need to do and keep breaking down what it is. And also with our guests and our other community partners, Joe Richmond from 76ers, also a long-time partner, City of Dreams board member. Big Sis back at it. You know what I mean? So
Yes, sir.
Yo, the fall winner is ours, block by block.